Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for the opportunity given to me to present my article entitled Characteristics of High School Students' Algebraic Reasoning and Problem Solving Based on Cognitive Stage. This article was written by myself, Afri Smita Fitriana from UPI and Ikit Siliwangi, Sufiani Prabhawanto from UPI, and Rizky Rosyanwati from UPI. Ladies and gentlemen, I start from the background of this research. The importance of problem solving. Problem solving, one of the topics subjects by NCBI, is the focus point of the school mathematics curriculum. One of the mathematics skills that has a positive correlation with problem solving is algebraic reasoning. Kaput and Golden provided definition of algebraic reasoning is a process carried out by students in generalizing mathematical ideas or certain example given, then defining the generalization of ideas through argumentation and expressed in a more formal form that is age appropriate. According to Glesmayer and Edwards, algebraic reasoning is an important habit of thinking and modern conceptual knowledge. Algebraic reasoning skills are important to develop because they equip individuals in the transition process from basic arithmetic learning to understanding and utilizing more complex mathematical concepts. Several research results show that high school students still have difficulty in algebraic problems. Algebra can help and communicate through the representation of math problems in mathematics. Travers et al. Provides a chain of algebraic expertise that describe a student's ability to use algebra. Algebra expertise includes basic mathematics and symbol sets. Basic skills consist of mastering procedural law and algebraic calculation, while symbol sets consist of strategic skills and algebraic reasoning. The algebraic reasoning process used in the study refers to the level of the algebraic reasoning process in secondary education proposed by Godino et al. Level 0. Students can perform operations with certain objects using natural, numeric, iconic gestural language. Level 1. Students connect previously acquired knowledge to solve problems by involving algebraic equations. Level 2. Students can represent a problem with simplified function and equation and expression. Level 3. Students can perform algebraic and functional modeling operation and variables through substitution, cancellation, and more. Level 4. Students can use parameters and functions. The activities of algebra are closely related to the cognitive stage of students. According to PSI, the cognitive development stage is divided into 4 namely 1. Sensory motor stage, 2. Pre-operational stage, 3. Concrete operational stage, and 4. Formal operational stage. Several studies have been conducted in identifying the role of the cognitive stage in mathematical and affective abilities. While previous research related to algebraic reasoning includes 1. Promoting algebraic reasoning to be developed in the classroom for teachers and prospective teachers through the implementation of several learning approaches. 2. Students have different algebraic reasoning process in terms of learning styles, gender, mathematical abilities, and cognitive styles. 3. Improve students' algebraic reasoning through the implementation of a learning approach. The study focused on the role of the cognitive stage in the algebraic reasoning process of high school students. The study aimed to describe the characteristics of the algebraic reasoning process of high school students with different cognitive stages in solving mathematical problems. This research was a descriptive study with a qualitative approach. Analysis of this research was the studies of algebraic reasoning was carried out in terms of the cognitive stage. The research was conducted at one of the public high schools in West Bandung Regency, and the participants from students of S11. The instruments used in this research were the algebraic reasoning ability test and the long shot test from uh, Kapi and Topi. The algebraic reasoning ability test was prepared based on the algebraic reasoning indicators developed from Godino et al. 1. Understanding the problem. Students can reveal the information that needed to determine the steps to solve the problem. 2. Generalization. Students can bring up symbols and know their meaning. Students can bring up parameters. 3. Problem solving. Students can use variable operation and can solve the problem using the general form that is created. The student is given algebraic reasoning test with a limit of algebraic function. The question given have content validation carried out by the mathematics teacher at the school. Long-shot test consists of 27 items, which is consists of formal propositional logic, the combination of formal logic, and propositional. Long-shot test used to classify students into cognitive stage. Result and discussion. Based on the figure, it was found that 59% of students were in the formal stage and 41% of students were in concrete stage. A total of students at the formal stage more than a total of students at the concrete stage. This finding can be used as a viewpoint that students at the age of 12 and over have entered the formal stage. There are still students at the concrete stage that the age 15 until 17. This is in line with the finding the most exposed student in Gulkumbari Gen have entered the formal operational stage. Algebraic reasoning process in students with concrete stage. The teacher subject already understand about the question given. This is indicated by the answer to number 1A, which identifies the sufficiency of the elements to solve the problem. However, subject didn't explain what elements are unknown. The next answer, subject solves the operating procedure to find the variable p. This operation has not been linked into the concept of the limit of algebraic function. Only substitutes the x variable in the 3x subscription A with the numbers 0, 1, and 2. Number 1c, subject substitutes the x variable with the function fx. Interviews were conducted to clarify the problem experienced by subject. Subject already understood that in order for limit to fx, we have a value. The value of the p variable must be solved from the interview result when looking for the p variable. Subject didn't know whether to use the concept of left and right hand limits. Like this with number 1c, the left and right hand limits must be the same value. So, limit x to 2fx has a value. Students only understand that when looking for the limit of a function for x close to a constant value, the variable x in the function is replaced. In the right-hand problem, there are two fx. So students use both functions in solving limit x to 2fx. Then the answer as subject or number 2 in the right side. Based on feature, subject can understand the problems presented by identifying the sufficiency of elements in solving problems. However, for the next question, relate to the mathematical formula determining operation role. Students immediately answer procedural operation and solve problems. For the answer of point B, students can substitute the value of the variable with the value of t. The results of interviews that have been conducted with the studies, it was found that students didn't understand the mathematical form to determine population growth from the first year until the 5 years. Students only understand the equation to determine population growth at t equals 5. Students at the contact stage were able to understand the problem, but in picking up a mathematical form related to problem solving, it was not as expected. Students have not been able to generalize by bringing up mathematical forms to solve problems. The answer given for solving the problem is not correct. At the time of the fraction counting operation, reinforced by results of interviews, the students solve problems in a procedural way. The finding according to Oxford and Ivansky in his research that most students in solving algebraic problems are nothing more than a series of symbols with certain procedures that are well defined and applied routinely. The characteristic of students at the concrete stage require their experience or meaning and representation of a problem to be solved. And then algebraic reasoning process of students with formal stage. The assess states that high school students solely at the formal operational level. At this stage, students are expected to be able to solve questions that require logical operational skills. At this stage, it is marked by the ability of students to operate formal logic rules that are no longer governed by concrete objects. Based on feature, student doesn't understand the problem. It can be seen from answer given that the information provided is sufficient to solve the problem. However, this contradicts the subject answer that there is a variable which value in unknown and used to be able to solve the problem, namely the variable t. To solve the problem, subject has an answer correctly regarding the procedure for solving limit x to 2fx. Based on the interviews conducted, it was found that subject already understood the problem in general and found that the p variable needed to be looked for to solve the problem. However, in solving the next problem, subject hasn't been able to carry out the procedure properly because there are two values fx. Subject's answer uh, to number 2 presented in right side. Um, the subject has been shown to understand the problem by giving the right answer to the analysis of the adequacy of the elements needed to resolve the issue. It is also shown in the next answer to give a mathematical form that involves the variable t to solve the problem. Interviews were conducted to confirm the answer given by students. The results showed that the answer interviewed mathematical form. The students viewed from the context of the question contained the watch approach that used the concept of limit in solving the problem. Students at the formal operation stage are able to understand the problem well. Students can come up with generalization in mathematical form to solve the problem. However, in problem solving, students seem to be still carrying out procedures routinely and causing errors. At the formal operational stage, students have knowledge that enables them to set goals to solve problems. But students sometimes solve problems in a given task through memorization but fail to understand when to apply a solution strategy or how the problem is solved according to conceptual framework. Based on the level of algebraic reasoning, students at the former stage have been able to reach level 4 using parametric function. In conclusion, based on result in discussion, are given the conclusion that the high school students are in a concrete and formal cognitive stage. The process of algebraic reasoning for students with a concrete cognitive stage of being able to think up parameters tends to solve problems procedurally. Meanwhile, the process of algebraic reasoning for students with a formal cognitive stage can be modeling and think up parameters in functions but have not been able to solve the problem correctly. Thank you for the attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.